motivate students. So then I was exploring video, because the one thing which creativity demands, that you should be a very good explorer, right? You need to explore stuff, you need to explore content. So when I was exploring what should I do, because how much counseling one can do with just words. So I thought, why not to show him a video. Then I showed him a video, which I will show to you. So this is a video where Usain Bolt is running to win a Olympic gold medal, right? I hope my screen is visible to you now, right? So somebody can volunteer for me how much time he's spending on the track, how much second he's taking to win a gold medal. If somebody can volunteer, though I will be also seeing that. So this is his first race. So he's running for 100-meter in Beijing Olympics 2008. So he took 9.68 seconds. So we will consider 10 seconds. So he took 10 seconds to win an Olympic gold medal, right? So 10 seconds, one gold medal. Now in the same Olympics, he will run for 200-meter. So we should consider 20 seconds. So in 30 seconds, he won 2 gold medal. We all know that how important and how big this achievement of winning Olympic gold medal. And we can relate very well, because in last Olympics we got only one by Neeraj Chopra, and he won 2 gold medal in one Olympic in 30 seconds, right? So I have this video is very long, but I will stop this video. So I want to ask you that why I showed this video to my son. Any guesses? It's very easy.
Participants can unmute themselves and can answer.
Probably my mask is on, so nobody's watching me clearly. So अभी थोड़े लोग हो सकता है बात करें. So this should be a workshop mode, right? This should be a workshop mode. This should not be a lecture or seminar mode. The workshop says that if we have gone to any workshop where there are people, bunch of people, those who work together, right? So this 1 hour should be we should all learn together. It should not that I'm showing you videos, I'm showing you resources for motivation. Yes. So Ashutosh sir ne kaha for motivation, right? For more motivation. Few more, then we'll move forward. Why I showed this video to my son?
It's about the time, sir. It's the time. Time matters a lot.
Time matters a lot. Yes, because he prepares so hard for that before perform. Absolutely, bang on. To run for those 30 seconds, Usain Bolt must have ran for whole his life. That is very important. We say that practice makes person perfect, right? Here I'm getting to be not gender biased, that man perfect. Practice makes person perfect. And I have one addition, right? This is not a full statement. The full statement should be a regular practice makes person perfect. Regular practice, not just practice. So Usain Bolt must be practicing this for entire his life. Then he won 2 gold medal in 30 seconds for his country. I told my son, see, this is pre-board, so you have to prepare as if this is the board. This is not something, if Usain Bolt, if he ran slow during his practice, ठीक है, जब final race होगा, then I will do my 100%. Then he could have not won, gold medal then. Right. So this is very important for teachers, right? This is very, important for teachers to find the appropriate video, just not videos. Right. If I ask you that, let's make a film and let's show a film to student which has education in background, right? If I talk about education, then education is very broad, right? It's very broad. When I talk about education, then education, holistic learning, then we have subjects, then we have, other streams. But I showed you one example. I made one film, for initial 3 4 films I will show my work, right, which I have done. But those are very very, meaningful films which you can show to your students, right, which I am showing to my students. I made few films with, Nandita Das on education. So the biggest challenge was for us to, what to make in education, right? When we brainstorm, then we come to the idea that everybody talks about system, everybody talks about, mm, government school, everybody talks about private school, but nobody talks about one thing. I will show you first, then we'll talk about this. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir. But it's blur actually. Now it's fine.
Thank you.
छोटो स्कूल जाता था, क्यों छोड़ा?
मन नहीं लगता था।
Right, so everybody talks about system, everybody talks about, the private schools and versus government schools, right? And everybody talks about the state government and central governments, but nobody talks about the dropouts. If you research, then you will find that we are lacking into education because of dropouts, because of, the creativity, because we don't provide creativity in our schools, so we have, dropouts. So the reason of, showing these films, that, we are, you know getting, content, thousands of contents, crores of content every day, right? Or आपका phone, if you not clean your phone for 3 4 months, then you're gone, right? Your phone is jammed, your storage is full. So but we have to find the, appropriate good creative content for students, those who could, which can give them an education, which can inspire them, which can motivate them, right, which can give them a true education. When I talk about the, penetration of content, right, I will show your website, which is, I think, which looks very amazing, right? So this is a website called Live Stats. See, this looks amazing. This is what's happening on this digital platform in a second, right? If I click here in 1 second, see what's happening on Twitter in 1 second. You all must be using this social media platform. Then what is happening on Instagram in 1 second? What is happening on Google in 1 second? And what is happening on YouTube in 1 second? This is something amazing. But when I say amazing, that's fine, right? But this is, threatening as well. Reason being, because we are full of content. We are full of content. We see content is penetrating like anything. So out of this content, we have to find content which suits us. We have to find content which suits to our students. Right. So if you go to YouTube, if you'll write the film on save water, so I think you will get thousands of films, right? You will get thousands of films. I'm right or wrong?
True.
Right. So, but then which film you will choose for your students? That's the point, right? That's the point, that if you wanted to teach your students, right, you have to give them some assignment regarding the save water, then you have to find examples which inspire them, right? So I have one more film, I don't know if that will inspire you or not, but that I made with my students, which is again on the water, save water wala point. So here is the film. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Right, so this film we made this film I think 2 years back, and this film won many awards. But the idea, a girl executive dress with matka. It's a wonderful visual. The one visual I think is making film. I don't know how many of you write like this film or not. If you like, please write down in the chat box, because हम जैसे लोग जो film बनाते हैं which has no commercial value with students, at least वो तारीफ के दो शब्द सुनने को मिल जाए तो सकून मिलता है जहन में. So thank you. So अब challenge ये है कि yes, we can, how we'll, let's say it's fine, there are softwares, right? There are hundreds of softwares available in the market. Some are, we say that some softwares are like, they are professionally great softwares. Some are called, consumer based softwares, right? But then there is a challenge, there is a technical bridge which which very difficult to one can fill. So I will show you a very good website. If we see this pandemic has really helped us a lot in terms of digitally, right? ठीक है, हर चीज की बुराई होती है, हर चीज की अच्छाई होती है, but I see positivity, right? So let's say if you all says that we don't have the skills of camera person, we don't have the skills of video editing, we don't know how to write screenplay, we don't know how to make films. So I tell you, there is one YouTube channel called Studio Binder. Please write down. There is one YouTube channel called Studio Binder, right? मैं chat box में भी लिख देता हूँ, Studio Binder. And trust me, once you will use this software, then you can claim that you are a screenplay writer. ठीक है, you can claim that you are a screenplay writer. So there is a software which Studio Binders provide, which gives you you just insert your text, your Word file or your PDF or your Notepad wala file, and that software will convert all your text into a screenplay. फिर according to that screenplay you can shoot. Up then there is a challenge. We don't know how to do camera. राइट दो वो कहते हैं ना डेमोक्रेटिक वर्ल्ड है नाउ वी आर इनटू डेमोक्रेटिक वर्ल्ड बिकॉज वन इफ यू हैव दिस पीस इन योर हैंड राइट then you are a camera person. Even if you wanted to have a DSLR camera with you, you wanted to show off, see, I have DSLR camera, Canon 5D Mark III or 700D or Sony Alpha full frame, then also you can become a camera person, right? So, and then we should, thank to these, companies like Canon. Canon is doing incredible jobs for teachers, incredible job for those who wanted to learn camera. If you go to, Canon Stimulator, I hope आप में से किसी ने देखा हो Canon Stimulator. So, have you ever heard the Canon's camera stimulator? So, you can even write in chat box. If not, then you can write in the chat box. So, मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. You want to become a camera person, you don't need even YouTube. You don't need I think I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
There's some problem with my Google Chrome, but luckily I have the one screenshot of Canon Stimulator which I can show all of you. So here is it. So here I am, right? So if you write Canon Stimulator, right, so you will get this site, right? So then you have a camera in front of you, and then if I'm not going into technicalities, right, but मैं आपको बस दो तीन चीजें बताऊंगा which is very essentials, right, which I think very less technical skills once required. One is exposure. जब आप क्लिक करते हो, जब आप कैमरा से भी क्लिक करते हो तो what happens, कभी कभी आपके पास लाइट ज्यादा मिलती है, कभी कभी आपको लाइट कम मिलती है. तो हम जब लाइट ज्यादा मिलती है we say ओवर एक्सपोज, लाइट जब कम मिलती है तो हम बोलते हैं अंडर एक्सपोज. Right, so there is one button of aperture, shutter speed, right? You can see these three buttons. I wish my Google अगर काम कर रहा होता तो मैं आपको लाइव दिखाता. So you can use all these buttons and you can होता ना use. इसमें कोई पैसा तो लगेगा नहीं. It's a free technology. You go to Google, type Canon camera stimulator and you will come here. Then you can click live pictures, right? And if you will click a right picture, Canon will say okay. If you not click the right picture, then Canon will give you the guidance कि नहीं आपको अपर्चर इतना रखना चाहिए था, शटर स्पीड इतनी रखनी चाहिए थी, ISO इतना रखना चाहिए था, right? So you not need to be a camera person. Fine, but camera is again very easy because if you are using camera, then you have this button of called auto mode, right? When we keep our camera on automatic mode and camera does everything on its own. But what about editing? How I will compile my shots, right? Uske liye bhi if you'll go to, I will give this PPT to Nidhi ma'am and she can give it to you, or Monica ma'am. So there are many softwares, right? So
Sure, sir.
there are many softwares, right? So I will give this PPT to the concerned person. The photography के लिए you have this Filmic First Light which works with both iOS and Android. Then for Adobe Lightroom you have this iOS Android, Halida Mark II Pro Camera. These are free softwares for photography. Then we have free softwares for recording, right? But one thing is very essential, very important one which we should keep in mind. That these free softwares will enable you to do video editing, will enable you to do photography, will enable you to write screenplay. But the concern which should be there with you always, that your video, your content should be creative. right? Because the bill which we made on water, when we were researching on YouTube or any on different platform, on very few people have made films on water conservation, on safe water. There are students film, they are filmed by expert, right? Then I watched one film where a monkey coming and closing the tap of a water. लोग वहां तक पहुंच गए कि बंदर आके बंद कर देता है ना? इंसानों की तो छोड़ दो आप, right? So then we have to find a way that how we can bring the creativity in our film. Then I will show you one more film, right? If you have to show something like domestic violence or child abuse, right? I have a film made by me. I worked on this film. This is for Vanita, because we was working with Vanita. Vanita is, if you don't know, I must tell you this. Vanita is a magazine. It's a woman-centric magazine actually, right? So, but since everything is coming into digital, then Vanita approached us. Then how we can consume this digital space. So it was a challenge for us, right? It was a very hard challenge for us. Then how we can give space to Vanita, which is a woman-centric magazine on digital platform, and what should we do? I showed you what's happening on on internet, on digital space, even in 1 second. So how this magazine Vanita will survive, where people are just not busy. I tell them, I call them BWB. BWB stand for busy without business. Those who are using digital space, they're busy without business. They don't have time, right? They're scrolling you. They're scrolling you like anything, right? But then how you will be stand out in that kind of audience which is very busy, but they're busy without business, but they're busy. So here is the example. We made one film with Vanita, which got ये फिल्म बहुत ट्रेंड हुई, दमशराज करके. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो दमशराज. दमशराज is a game which we play, right? Which requires no equipment, no ball, no bat. We just enact a song without singing that song, and then सामने वाले को वो song पता करना होता है. That is called दमशराज. So we use दमशराज for domestic violence.
How many words?
3 words.
4.
4, okay. Hindi, English? Hindi, okay.
Sugar?
My God. First word.
Papa.
Papa, baby.
Baby.
Papa से छोटा. Papa से छोटा.
Raji Chacha. Chachi Chacha.
Please.
Okay.
Chacha भतीजा.
Chacha Patija.
No. First up.
Chacha.
Chacha, okay. First word, chacha.
Chacha.
Okay.
Okay. Second word.
Mine.
Hindi.
Hindi.
Papa ka.
Me. तेरा. तेरे मेरे सपने. मेरे.
Mere. Chacha. Mere. Third word. Okay. T-shirt.
Jeans.
Shirt.
No.
कपड़े.
Right?
कपड़े.
Okay.
चाचा मेरे कपड़े.
ये ऐसी तो कोई फिल्म नहीं है.
बच्चों की खामोशी बहुत कुछ बोलती है, उन्हें ध्यान से सुनिए. कहीं कोई अपना ही उसे नुकसान तो नहीं पहुंचा रहा. चुप ना रहें, चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल अब्यूज से लड़ें.
Thank you so much. So this film we made for Manita, we wanted to give them space on digital platform, right? So when we come up this idea of domestic violence, or sorry, child abuse, right? And we use this game called Damshraj. So the reason, because why I'm showing you this film, because when you will be exploring films for your students, then you will be making films for your students, to make sure that one essential thing, that was students film ko achhi lagni chahiye, because video has a very strong recall value, very strong recall value. We all know the power of visual medium, right? A picture speaks 1,000 words, right? We say pictures speak 1,000 words, right? So I'm moving forward. and strengthening my point of how important and how meaningful this video content is. How many of you know the Hanging Garden of Mumbai? There is a garden called Hanging Garden in Mumbai, right? है ना? So वो Hanging Garden का नाम Hanging Garden कैसे पड़ा? So now I'm shifting to I will not show my films to you, right? So, but now I will be showing you some videos which can be very useful, right? Which can be very useful for students, right? So, Hanging Garden. Now, one guy called Ravi, Boy Ravi, who is very famous on YouTube, who's very famous on Google. If you write Ravi Hanging Garden, you will get hundreds of links. You will get hundreds of video. He's a vendor. He's a small boy. He's a vendor. वो पंखा बेचता है Hanging Garden के आसपास. But he will tell you that वो Hanging Garden का नाम Hanging Garden कैसे पड़ा. It's a very motivational film. Rather, it's not a film, but it's a clip. It's sort of a clip.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. पहला नाम बोलो कौन सा बोलेंगे स्पेनिश
My name is Ravi. Questo paone muy no bonito barato más caro, 50 rupias. Questo muy bonito. Compra este paone no mucho caro, €1, $1. Chinese ni hao ma ito pongcho ma usho rupi. Japanese ko Japanese kaya no takai Korean gochu rupi ni ko ichi doru ne. Russian ni kachu ni nuzna iskolka. $1 pisa rupli Paulin Maulin Krosho. French bonjour sir se juli mi pons la second rupees line iro. And Germany wunderbar zwischen pound für 9 down question take 1 down question kumsi rupi $1 €1. And RB Baba Kade House at the Jen Namuna, at the house at the Kamshin rupees, at the Kabila the Tlatmia Kamshin, at the house, at the Tavit is there. And Hirani, Tanjo rupee, Sato rupee, Mitri Sat Tanjo rupee. And Israel at the Hamut, 5 Cheryl Kamshin rupees, at the Kubana. English, hello sir, you want walking Indian air condition? Indian price only 50 rupees. You like you take your daughter mama give present.
How many pounds?
Only $1, £1.
£1, still £1.
£1 80 rupees.
Wow, it's only gone up by what's the inflation?
Two piece, £1.
2-piece, £1.
Yes.
So this is a better deal than 3 years ago.
You bought it now?
Yes, I did. I bought it.
You have now your country?
I have.
You know the why called the Hanging Garden?
No, tell me. You were going to tell me last time.
Okay.
You didn't finish, so
Yeah.
please continue.
The Hanging Garden actually is on the ground in the garden,
Yes.
inside no big tree.
Yes.
All the big tree huge one outside the garden, upper
Yes.
this garden. Because underneath this garden is big reservoir. Inside the garden underneath 30 billion gallons of water inside the garden. 30 million gallons. And inside all ground in the big reservoir tank and inside all the small plants. No hang people actually. This underneath garden the water is hang on tree in the top. Because this is called the Hanging Garden. In the British time, 1921, very long time, this garden all the open tank.
Yeah.
Because why the cover up? You know the India called the Parsi people, religion Joshua community.
Yes.
You know the Parsi?
Yes.
It's very different culture. It's Parsi that get people no bury no burn. It's open dead body in 3 big well in the backside jungle. Inside 3 big well, male, female, child. Near garden, half kilometer. In the backside 3 big well and open dead body. This well is sleeping. And give the eagle, watchel kite eagle. All the eating dead body the watchel in British time all the open garden in putting bound and drinking water here. This all dirty water supply visit in the building and this after cover up the British people because not so good water, not drinking water. Because cover up garden and this British name Hanging Garden, British people going now his name is changed Fresh Ameta Udyan. This all get outside the name you write and some people also telling this why call the Hanging Garden because no hang people is hang on tree in the top because this is Hanging Garden. And now this cover up this garden and after make the Hanging Garden. Very good garden and nice to see the gallery view and look the sunset the evening time.
Wow.
This is called the Hanging Garden.
That's fantastic, Ravi. About the YouTube.
Which one? Internet.
Yes.
This is some people coming here.
Yeah.
I selling here.
Yeah.
I don't know this is internet man. Just take my picture. Just take the picture and showing all world. And some people coming here is telling me I look you in internet. Because I happy so my picture all world looking and talking. I like.
How do you feel about that?
Yes, I like look the very nice people telling me because I like like very good.
Is it helping to bring you some business?
Yeah, it's good business. Sometimes people coming, and every time, every day selling I here. I lunch here, hanging garden.
And what else do you do apart from the fans? Are you doing any school or
No, sir.
no?
I never go to school. I am selling only here every day,
The whole time?
all time.
Wow.
This, my grandmother also took it. I selling here because I lunch here.
Yes.
Actually, when I selling, I school I know learn everything. I lunch here.
Everything you learn here
Yes, everything.
from the
English,
tourists and the
French
people who.
talking.
Wow,
Here I go 5 years ago. I selling here.
that's incredible.
Yes.
That's a good story. You should get into the newspapers or the documentary.
No, I'm not so big. I'm only small business selling here every day.
We'll make you big.
Oh, you make big.
So isn't it very motivated, right? So the Ravi, the street vendor, teaching us how this name Hanging Garden, right? So this is brilliant. So I hope you're liking all the films and then the motive behind these films, right? So thank you so much. So I will show you one more film, then we will jump to these resources, video resources, softwares, what you can use, for which purpose you can use. So actually two films, right? One I wanted to show you, it's a very interesting film, not made by me, right? One of my friend who is into advertising agency. So I borrowed this film from him. And this film is, it's a viral film. I think हो सकता है possibly आप में से कोई काफी लोगों ने देखी हो. So how we can teach people to use seat belt while they're driving. It's a wonderful film. It teaches us too many things, right? So मैं वो आपको दिखाता हूँ. So this is absolutely creative, wonderful.
Transgenders, better known as hijras in India, are not like their counterparts elsewhere in the world. Indians consider them sacred, touched by God. Their blessings are auspicious and generally accompanied by their signature clapping. They are often invited to bless newborns and newlyweds. In fact, most hijras make their living by exchanging blessings for cash at traffic signals. With the help of hijras, we wanted to educate reckless motorists about a very basic safety procedure they constantly ignored.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. May I have your attention please? अगर पायलट के जैसे गाड़ी चला रहे हो तो पायलट के जैसा सेफ्टी भी चाहिए. तेरी गाड़ी में ऑक्सीजन मास्क नहीं है, कुर्सी के नीचे लाइफ जैकेट नहीं है, मगर सीट बेल्ट तो है, तो पहना क्यों नहीं रे? मैं सिखा दूं क्या? इधर से बेल्ट ले लो और अपने बॉडी के सामने से खींचो और जांघों के बाजू में ऐसा फिट कर लो. जब तक क्लिक नहीं सुनाई दे, इतना बुरा बुरा हूँ, एक्सीडेंट के बाद अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. ए नॉटी गर्ल, तेरे बॉयफ्रेंड को बोल दे सीट बेल्ट ऐसा पहनने का. ए चिकना माल, वीडियो मत ले, सीट बेल्ट पहनो, दुआ ले लो.
Okay, so you guys are attending, a lot of workshop sessions, and you must be getting some assignments as well. I'm 100% sure. So there are some assignments which are, you're supposed to submit post your discussions, and there's some assignment which you have to do within the workshop. So Nidhi ma'am, you wanted to say something because I think पहले भी आपने कुछ बोला था. So
No, not at all, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So now there are assignment which you're supposed to submit post this session, right? Or post this workshop or post the entire schedule. But I am giving you the live assignment now. I'm going to show you a small clip. So the purpose of showing that clip is not, I'm not here to teach you how to teach you. You are all wonderful teachers, right? So I'm here to share my experiences, that what I do with my students when I seek idea, when I seek discussion, when I seek interaction, right? This is something is very, very, necessary, that, we should interact with our students, not, It should not be a speaker sort of a thing. So I will show you a clip, then you have to just tell me that why I showed you this clip and what you perceived by watching this clip, right? So it's a very small clip. It's not a film, right? तो जरूरी नहीं है कि you always look for films, right? कि मैं इस पे फिल्म देख लूँ, एजुकेशन पे फिल्म देख लूँ स्टूडेंट्स को दिखाने के लिए, किसी थ्योरी पे फिल्म देख लूँ, कंटेंट देख लूँ. समटाइम्स अ क्लिप कैन डू वंडर्स, राइट? So I'm showing you a clip, and then you have to tell me what you got out of this. My screen is visible?
Come on then. Oh, and by the way, Bruce liked the idea of being autistic.
From where now?
Right. So what was your learning?
Participants are allowed to unmute themselves so they can speak also.
You can even write in the chat box as well, right? So you can write in the chat box as well. So
Hello, sir.
yeah.
From my point of view, when looking at that creatures, that insect or that small bits that running around that paper, it seems like no matter what happened in life, no matter how many obstacles that comes, but you can always tackle it because those are some kind of illusion. So you can always come over the obstacles, but you should not stop doing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful thought. Wonderful thought. More? Unstoppable, ambitious, finding a way out in spite of challenges, right? More? We have around, more than 1,000 participants. Insect is trying to escape, at last escape, right? So we can escape, right? No matter what problem we have, we can escape. So this is what you wanted to say, right? More? Beyond the boundaries, right? Think beyond the boundaries, right? So more? We should actually, yeah,
I would say that one quote I remember about the Vivekananda sir.
yeah.
Arise, awaken, stop not till the goal is reached.
Great, sir. Great party, sir. Thank you so much. Lovely. Great. Find your own way. Keep moving. Somebody's writing. Never give up. Somebody's writing. Keep trying. Somebody's can go ahead. Right. Ishwar has, God has given us two eyes in front of our nose, in not at back. So look forward. Resilience to achieve. Great. A nice time passed. This is for the session. Sorry. So okay, so the point which I'm unstoppable, focus on your goal. We should not be a prison of our thought. Very nice, right? We can overcome any hurdle. Great. So the point which I'm making, sometimes we don't need to find films, right? A film which has story, film which has meaning, right? Film which has emotional connect, film which has creative connect, right? So we should explore some clips which can motivate students, which can motivate your participants, right? Which can generate interaction, which can generate actual interaction. because that would be the real learning. That would be the real learning. So you should watch, even to create those clips, right? You don't need anything. You don't need an editor, you don't need a camera person, you don't need a screenplay writer, you don't need any technicalities, right? You can shoot these sort of clip even from your mobile phones, which requires nothing. No sound effects, no editing, no camera. To look for the ideas, right? Achievers have no boundaries, right? So 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 the point is that we are surrounded by a lot of content, but our job is to find an appropriate good creative content for ourselves. Right now I'm coming back to my PPT. So I was here, but I will start from the beginning, because I wanted to prove. See, you need to understand this. This is just not about the Gear app. This is about using the right brain. Because I have already showed you how many free utilities we have. Imagine Canon. Why Canon is coming up with its stimulator? Though there is a business, one can understand there is a business. If somebody will use the stimulator, then they will be inclined towards buying the real camera, because now they know how to handle camera, they know how to handle the technicalities, they know what is aperture, what is ISO, what is CCD, what is lens, which lens they should use, right? So that will incline them to go for a real product, right? So deciding what to include and what to exclude, right? And then digital technology for teachers, this I've already shared with you, right? Then I have few stats which I will not show you, because this is not the class for digital marketing or digital media. We all know that. I have showed you one page which says everything about the internet, what is happening on internet, even in 1 second, which is incredible, which is amazing, right? But again, when I say incredible, when I say amazing, that is bit of threatening as well, because itna content hai, then appropriate content ढूंढना है इतने content में से, तो our task become little bit of difficult. So आपके पास अभी तक किसी के पास, if you have any questions, then I will be glad to answer you if you have any question till now. Okay. So though, but these stats are very important. Though I have promised that I will share this PPT, so you can have a look. All right. So this is the changing trends of content, audio visual content. अभी आप सबने term सुना होगा मोजो. मोजो stand for mobile journalism. Now there is a one more term called MOFI. MOFI stand for mobile filmmaking. Right. So now everybody is a filmmaker, and these days one can open its on his or her own YouTube channel, and you can be a filmmaker. You never know where you will reach. So these are the few history which I will not mention, you can read, but I wanted to come to this slide, which is very important for all of you, that these are the some resources for photography. One I have already shared with you, which is called Canon Stimulator, and then I have write down the operating system as well, that if you wanted to use iOS, Apple phone, or the Android phone, so these are the software, and these are the all recording software. But then there is a difference between you must be thinking, what is this recording softwares, right? Because every camera, every mobile has camera which has recording facilities, right? Now then what this software will do for you? So what this software will do for you, this software will make this camera of your mobile phone camera make a film camera, right? Where you will be having option, जैसे मैंने I showed you in the stimulator ना, where you can play with the settings of the camera. You can check the exposure, you can check the light, you can do the aperture. So there are many technicalities which we can't discuss right now, but this application will enable your mobile camera into a professional camera. Right. So, but specifically, I'm saying just not for Mozo, because Mozo called for mobile journalism. I'm saying for Mofi, this is again for mobile filmmaking, because you will be interested in making content, right? Audio visual content. So these are the very useful resources, and they are all, most of them are free. right? If they're not free, then you have to bear those ads which come in between when you play games. You see, you serve with that. So similarly वो ads आते हैं, आपको थोड़ा सा bear करना पड़ेगा. There are no free lunches, right? So then we have this, again, when I say multi-track video editing, if you're getting confused, multi-track video editing means that when we do the real video editing, we have tracks. Track number one, which is where we keep one video. Track number two, where we keep two video. If we have two video playing simultaneously on one screen, let's suppose if you watch news, you have two windows. One may you have news anchor, and one window may you have the guest who is speaking, right? So these software are basically I can say, if you're using mobile phones, then these software will work for you as a professional grade software, not the consumer grade software. So but of course, one must know the art and craft of filmmaking. But of course, this software will enable you, there are two types of filmmaker. One, those who know the technicalities, and one, those who are the creative ones, right? So probably you are creative but you don't know the technology. But if you are creative and you know the technology, then you become a creative director, right? If you just don't know the creativity, just you know the technicalities, then you will become just a director, not the creative director. But we are all creative, right? Nobody's less creative these days. But these softwares are very easy to use. I think it will not take more than 15-20 minutes to understand these softwares, right? And very user friendly, and they will guide you in the beginning how to insert a video, how to then edit the video, then how to add sound, then how to add transitions, right? So वो आपको help you in each step you will do, right? And उसके बाद then these are again the editing software. उसके बाद we have this audio recording. I think you must have learned this. You have Audition, then you have Voice Record Pro, Fahrenheit, audio evaluation, mobile studio, even for animation, right? So you don't need to know this complex animation software like Maya, 3ds Max, right? Just you pay the hefty amount and go to an institution. आपको माया सीखना है, आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स सीखना है. But of course these software will not be as professional as those professional grade software. But yes, you can do bit of animation. You wanted to move your text, right? You wanted to move your title, or you wanted to give subtitles, right? So these things you can do with this software. They are very useful. Then I wanted to show you few more things. I hope no questions right now for these are all very basic things, right? But again, I'm repeating, sorry to repeat again and again. One should be very careful while you are exploring video, when you are showing video to your participants, that the video which you are showing should have the value, right? Which should excite your audience, right? Not just video, even clips. So there are a few resources. I'm 100% sure you must be knowing that you know about TED Ed, right? TED Ed is basically जैसे TED Talk होता है, then you have this TED Education. Then you have one channel, a website with from National Geographic Education. Right. Then you have one website called Check 123. If you want a list, I will share the list with Nidhi madam or Monica madam. So I have a complete 10 educational resources list with me as well. So I will share with them. Then we have one called Teachers Tube. I hope you have heard about Teachers Tube. Like YouTube, you have one website called Teachers Tube. There you will get the videos of all the subject: mathematics, science, humanities, physics, chemistry. So they are very useful software. Then you have one called How Stuff Works. Then one you have History Channel, right? If you want to show some historical content to your student, so then you can use History Channel as well. So anything else you wanted to know, or if you have any questions, I would be very happy to answer those. I hope you had a very good 50-55 minutes. मैंने आपको लंच के बाद ना सुलाया हो.
Not at all, sir. It was definitely very much engaging, and the videos were thought-provoking. So everyone must have enjoyed this. So we would like to have We would like to know if any queries are there related to video resources. With,
Yeah.
although
Somebody is asking, is it Teachers Tube? Yes, this is called Teachers Tube. You'll go to Google and write Teachers Tube, then you will go to that link, and then Mozo is it any abbreviation? Yes, Mozo is abbreviation of mobile journalism. There's a term called mobile journalism, जिसकी abbreviation is called Mozo, and there is one more abbreviation which I've used, which is called MOFI, MOFI. MOFI is mobile film, right? Would you please elaborate on this?
there is one more question.
Yeah, would you please elaborate the statistics you have shown? Those are all digital stats, right? That how many users we have, how many Facebook users we have, how many Google users we have, how many Gmail accounts we have. That you can read on your own. Those are self-explanatory slides, so which I will share with the concerned person. ठीक है sir, we wanted to learn more on Mozo, then you have to request Nidhi madam, Monica ma'am, and the CIIT. That requires at least a week workshop, right? Because mobile journalism mein you they need to learn so many things, bit of filmmaking, bit of production, bit of then mobile, then bit of camera, bit of editing, then you can learn Mozo. So Mozo I can't teach you in our time. So वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग सर, वी वांटेड टू लर्न मोर मोजो, तो मोजो मैंने बोल दिया, दैट मोजो की एब्रिविएशन मैंने बोल दिया. थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू डायना मैम फॉर बेयरिंग मी. Sir, are these software free? Yes, I mentioned this, Sophia ma'am, that these some of them are free. If they're not free, then they will serve you few ads in between, right? So as I mentioned, there are no free lunches, though they will earn from somewhere. So that's the main reason they serve you ads in between. But otherwise, most of the softwares are free. Screen recorders for Android, I have showed you one slide. We have the video recording, which makes your camera, mobile camera, turns into a professional camera. Those video recording software has the facilities of recording your mobile screen as well. Is it safe to use pirated copy of software? This is a very, very good question. But if you go to Play Store, if you're using Android, then they have some policies that they don't keep unsafe software on their platform. So you should download it from the credible source, not from anywhere. It's not advisable that you go to Google and search a software and then you download the APK file, right, from the Google. That can be harmful. But if you are using, the good source like Play Store or App Store, which comes with iOS, then it's fine. Ma'am, yes, interested, ma'am. We are requesting you to arrange such workshop on Mozo and Mofi for us as well. We have plenty of scope in Northeast to make Mozo and Mofi for education. But thank you so much for giving more jobs and more sessions. Thank you, Ruchira ma'am. It's a website. Teachers Tube is basically a YouTube channel, right? It's a YouTube channel, or they have their separate website as well. Naveen sir, very useful. अच्छा, मैं बहुत useful हूँ. Thank you sir. Okay, we are done, ma'am. Any questions?
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful and interesting session. And I would like to request Monica ma'am. Monica Nagpal ma'am, are you here?
Yes, hi Nidhi, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello,
Over
Dr.
to Monica
Gautam.
ma'am.
Hello ma'am, how are you?
I'm good. I could not be in your session because some other engagement was there.
So boring, ma'am.
No, I could see the comments. I am here to see the comments. Don't worry. Thank you so much, Gautam sir, for your lovely interactive session and with a lot of video resources, which I know you must have shown. I've just been through, I was just coming on and off in the session. So it was really wonderful to have you with us for this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nidhi, ma'am. Thank you, CIT, and thank you all the participants. Bye bye.
So now we will move on to the next part of the session. Just So now the next part of the session is about the hands-on application, one of the software which we are going to learn, and we are also going to practice on that during the session.